Revit allows us to, during the rendering process, set the background image so it looks like the building's on the actual site. In this instance, what I'd like to do is place a camera view inside of this shot and then use a background image so it looks like we have the right sky and maybe even background behind this building. To do this, we need to begin by coming underneath the project browser, expanding out floor plans, and double-clicking on 01 entry level. Next, we need to place a camera inside of this view. So this is going to be where we're taking our picture from. Click inside of the view, spin the wheel on your mouse so that you're zooming out a little ways, and then underneath the View tab on the ribbon, pick where the words 3D view are located at. When you do, you get a flyout menu, and one of those things is a camera view. So select on camera, move your camera over into this area, and click right about where I'm clicking at. After you've done that, you'll see this cone that follows wherever that camera is at. That camera is you standing there with the camera up to your eye. This cone, this is everything you're going to be able to see when you take the picture. In this case, I'm going to try to get as much of the building as I can inside of this cone. And then when we get to a shape just about like this, with as much of the building as possible inside of it, click in order to create the camera view. Now we can see, here's the building. And then we have sort of an open sky here in the background. Now, during the rendering process, we're going to put in a sky for the background. So to do that, we'll come down here to the little teapot tool, which is the Show Rendering dialog box. When we do, one of the options about midway down is called Background. And right now it allows us to do this with just a few clouds in the sky. I will point out that if we wanted just to have a color in the background, we could select Color instead. And then pick a color off of the list, and then the sky would be whatever that color was. If you wanted it to really stand out, maybe even have it be a nighttime scene, you can make it be black, and then have light shine down, so the only thing that would be showing up would be the building itself and the glow coming from the lights inside of it. In this case, though, I don't want to use color, so I'm going to click on Cancel to that, and instead, for style and color, I'm going to change this to be Image. Click where it has the Image button, and in the folder that has your exercise files in it, pick on Sky and then click on Open. This is just a shot that I took when I was in California. It has a nice sky, and if we can see anything in the background, it's just going to be some mountains or maybe a little bit of grade. This is going to work fine. You can make it be either the original size or specify the width and height, but in my case, I'm just going to leave it as being stretch, which means it's going to stretch to fit this viewport. Now if we click on OK, now, so that this goes fast, I'm going to leave it on a draft setting. But when we click on render, we should be able to see that sky and that image in the background. I'm going to click on render to this. It'll make the screen go black, and then we'll start to see the bar going across. It'll start to actually render in the scene after it reaches 50%. Now we can see that it's currently rendering the background, and now it's rendering the building against that background scene. So you can set up image files to represent what the background of your building is going to look like. If this is inside of a city, you could be standing at the lot, take some pictures, and then come back to the office, set a camera view in that exact spot where you were standing when you were taking the pictures, and then get a very accurate background around your proposed structure.